Welcome, curious minds, to another deep dive. Today, we're navigating, well, the sheer noise of modern life. We're tackling something that feels more urgent than ever. How do you actually get where you want to go, when life pulls you every which way? We are talking about the power, the transformative power of goal setting. And we've got an amazing source to guide us. Excerpts from Goal Setting for Today's World, a Simplified and Foolproof Approach by Reuben Juma Onunga. This isn't just abstract theory, it's really practical, distilled wisdom for your busy digital life.
Absolutely. And what's really fascinating is how Onunga adapts these timeless principles, especially from Brian Tracy, for today's world. The digital age presents unique challenges, right? So our mission here is to unpack his insights, give you those aha moments, hopefully, and some real actionable takeaways. I think of this deep dive as maybe a compass in the chaos, helping you find your true north.
Okay, let's dive in. Onunga starts right off with this modern dilemma. We're all busy, obviously, but are we busy going? Well, anywhere specific. He paints this picture of people running hard, but, quote, without a compass, drifting wherever the waves take them. It really makes you think, doesn't it?
It's such a critical point. In a world this distracting, this fast, what does direction even mean anymore? Onunga's answer is clear. Goals are your compass. Without them, you drift. Simple as that. He contrasts being, busy but not productive with having real focused power.
Like scattered energy versus a laser beam.
Exactly. One just dissipates, the other achieves things.
I really like his analogies, too, of being lost in a desert without a map versus having that compass pointing to the oasis. It just clicks. You realize how much energy, mental energy, even emotional energy, gets wasted without a clear target. And he stresses, this isn't just for, the superstar achievers like Edison or the Wright brothers.
Yes, universal.
It's for the student, the parent, the employee, or everyone.
Right. And connecting that to the bigger picture, goals aren't just about what you achieve. They're anchors in the storm, sure, but the pursuit itself changes you. It transforms who you are.
So it's not just getting the thing, it's the person you become getting there.
Precisely. The discipline you build, the resilience you find. That's the deeper win Onunga points to. Turning that scattered energy into focused power, it changes your character.
Okay, so this leads to what I found one of the most compelling ideas. Clarity is power. Sounds simple, right? But how do we actually get that clarity? With all the noise, the expectations, how does Onunga suggest we find it?
Yeah, it sounds simple, but it's profound. He leans on Brian Tracy here, saying most people fail not from lack of ability, but lack of clarity. Just fuzziness about what they truly want, or vague wishes like, I want to be successful, or I want to be wealthy. They're not goals. They lack a structure.
No target.
Exactly. A clear goal, he says, is something like, I will accumulate 5 million shillings in savings by December 2028. That's a target you can actually aim at.
So it's about giving your brain a very specific destination. He mentions the brain loving clarity, right? And the subconscious acting like a magnet.
Yes, exactly. Once you define what you want, clearly your subconscious starts filtering reality differently. It notices things, opportunities, connections you'd otherwise completely miss.
Like buying a certain car, and suddenly you see it everywhere.
That's the idea. But how do you install that filter effectively? Onunga has a practical tip.
Okay, what is it?
It's surprisingly simple. Write down 10 goals every morning for 30 days straight.
10 goals every day.
Every day. This repetition, this act forces clarification. It makes you prioritize, simplify. It's like carving out intentional silence in a noisy world to ask, what really matters to me?
That forces the issue.
It does, and it makes decisions easier.
Right.
You start saying yes to things that align and no to distractions much more easily. Your internal compass gets sharper.
Okay, so you've got clarity. But then Onunga warns us, don't just keep it in your head. He says writing goals down is the secret tool of achievers. It's physical. It separates dreamers from doers.
Yeah, and it's more than just symbolic for him. The physical act of writing, pen on paper, it makes the goal real, tangible. It anchors an idea that might just float away otherwise. It signals seriousness. To yourself, mainly.
That makes it a commitment, not just a wish.
Precisely. He references the principle, often backed by studies, though details vary, that people who write goals down achieve significantly more. It's a consistent finding.
So maybe the difference between a dream and a goal is just paper and a pen. He suggests writing them daily in the present tense, as if they're already achieved, like I earn X amount per year doing what I love.
Right. That present tense is key. It's not just hoping, you're programming your subconscious, telling it, this is the reality we're creating.
It builds accountability, too, seeing it in your own handwriting.
Absolutely. It makes it personal, alive. Digital tools are great, sure, but Onunga really emphasizes the unique power of handwriting for imprinting it deeper. Plus, you can easily review them. Keep yourself aligned. It's like a daily check-in with your future self.
Okay, clarity, dot check. Written down, check.
But then Onunga pushes for even more precision. Specificity. He uses that travel agency example. Somewhere nice gets you nowhere fast. Mombasa, Friday evening flight, now we're talking.
Exactly. That's Brian Tracy's wisdom again. Vague goals, vague results. It's almost a law of nature. Onunga insists a goal must be specific, measurable, and time-bound. He uses great examples.
Like get fit. That's vague.
Right. That becomes, I will jog 30 minutes, 5 times a week, and lose 5 kilograms by July 1st. See the difference? That's a plan.
That's the SMART principle, basically. Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-bound.
Yes, but he frames it less like a rigid checklist and more as a powerful filter, a way to cut through the fog.
How does that specificity help with focus in our, very distracting world? It acts like blinkers, in a good way. It sharpens your subconscious filter. Remember the Toyota Corolla example?
Yeah, you see them everywhere once you decide you want one.
It's like that. Your brain starts screening out the 99% of noise that isn't relevant to your specific goal. It highlights opportunities, resources, and each specific, measurable milestone you hit builds confidence, tangible proof you're moving forward.
Okay, but what about the really big goals? The ones that feel like mountains? They can be paralyzing, right? Just looking up at the peak.
Oh, absolutely. That overwhelm is real, and Onunga addresses it directly with some deep psychological wisdom. Break it down. Break down big goals into small steps and focus on daily wins.
The old, how do you eat an elephant question.
One bite at a time. Exactly. It makes the impossible feel manageable. It builds momentum through small, consistent victories.
That makes total sense. A marathon runner doesn't just think about 26.2 miles. They think about the next mile, the next step. Saving 1,000,000 shillings. Break it down monthly, weekly, reading 50 books, 1 chapter tonight.
Right. It makes it digestible. Creates a path with clear next steps, not just a distant, hazy dream. And crucially, these small, consistent actions build powerful habits. Discipline starts to replace willpower. The struggle lessens over time.
So you see progress constantly, even small progress, and that fuels you.
Yes. It protects against discouragement. It's like compound interest for your effort.
Right.
Small steps add up massively over time. Unstoppable momentum.
Okay, so clarity, written down, specific, broken down. But then comes the hard part, maybe. When motivation dips, Onunga says the bridge from dream to reality is discipline and commitment. This is where it gets real, isn't it?
This is definitely where the rubber meets the road. Discipline. Tracy defined it perfectly. Doing what you should do when you should do it.
Whether you feel like it or not.
Oof.
Yeah.
That's the core of it. Motivation waves, it comes and goes. Discipline is steady. It's a decision, not an emotion.
He gives that little internal command. Do it now. Just a whisper to push past the urge to procrastinate.
It's surprisingly effective. Bypasses the excuses. It's about showing up, like the athlete training on a cold morning, the writer facing a blank page, even when uninspired.
You just do it. Choose action over inaction.
And commitment is the heart of that. Treating goals like contracts with yourself, not just casual experiments. Structure helps too. Routines reduce the reliance on sheer willpower. It's not about being perfect either.
Stumbling is okay.
Stumbling is inevitable. It's about getting back on track quickly, persistence over perfection. And honestly, there's a deep satisfaction in that discipline itself. It builds strength.
Right, but obstacles will come up. Delays, failures, criticism. Life tests you. Onunga says life asks, how badly do you want this?
He prepares you for it. He argues obstacles aren't roadblocks. They're part of the path. They're there to strengthen you, refine your strategy.
So don't be surprised by them.
Exactly. Anticipate them. Think about what could go wrong. That removes the shock, builds resilience. It turns fear into preparation.
He offers 3 choices. Give up, go around, or go through. Seems like success often involves using all 3 at different times.
For sure. The key is adapting, keeping forward momentum, not getting stuck.
Obstacles force creativity too, right? A closed door makes you look for a window.
Absolutely. Some of the biggest breakthroughs happen when people face a crisis, a major obstacle. It forces new thinking. Resilience is key bending without breaking. Onunga really frames obstacles as teachers. They teach humility, patience, wisdom. They're not enemies.
Okay, now for something really fascinating. Harnessing the subconscious mind. Onunga emphasizes its role. How do we tap into that?
This is powerful stuff. He builds on the idea that the subconscious can't really tell the difference between a vivid, imagined experience and reality. So visualization isn't just daydreaming, it's deliberately rehearsing success, planting those seeds.
Like pre-living it.
Exactly. You're creating the mental blueprint.
Mm.
If the goal is a new home, you feel the keys in your hand, you see the colors on the wall. Graduation, you feel the cap on your head.
The more vivid, the more emotional, the stronger the pull.
Definitely. And it's not just seeing, it's also saying. Affirmations, positive statements spoken with conviction in the present tense.
Like, I am confident I am achieving my goals.
Yes, these reprogram your mind, chip away at fear and doubt, build faith. Consistency is crucial for both visualization and affirmation.
Like brushing your teeth. A few minutes, morning and evening.
Perfect analogy. It keeps the goals alive in your mind, keeps you aligned. It's mental conditioning, essential in a world that often pushes negativity at us.
Right, we've covered so much. Clarity, writing, specific steps, discipline, obstacles, the subconscious.
Yeah.
What ties it all together, what actually makes it happen.
Action. Onunga is very direct here. The greatest tragedy is not the lack of dreams, it is the lack of action.
All the planning is useless without doing something.
Couldn't be clearer. Action creates momentum. That first step is the hardest, like pushing a stalled car, but once it's rolling...
It gets easier. Build its own energy.
Exactly. So his advice is blunt. Just start. Don't wait for the perfect mood, the perfect conditions. Begin anyway. Write the first sentence. Make the first call. Break the inertia.
But not just any action, right? He talks about intelligent action, getting the most bang for your buck, effort-wise.
Yes, this is where the 80-20 rule, the Pareto principle, comes in. It's crucial. The idea that roughly 20% of your actions will produce 80% of your results. So you need to identify your vital few tasks.
The high-impact stuff.
Right. Ask yourself every day, what's the one action I can take today that gets me closest to my most important goal?
And then do that first.
Do it first before the day gets away from you. That focus on high-leverage actions creates breakthroughs. It ensures you're moving the needle, building real momentum.
Okay, so let's say you do all this. You reach the goal, celebration time. But is that the end of the story?
Not according to Onunga. He says the beauty isn't just in the achievement, it's how the whole process shapes your life.
It's about who you become along the way. Again.
Exactly. The journey makes you stronger, wiser, more resilient. A goal-oriented life is lived deliberately. You're steering, not drifting. It's a continuous process.
He emphasizes setting goals in all areas, doesn't he? Not just career.
Yes, that's key for real fulfillment. Health, relationships, personal growth, spirituality, contribution. Balance is crucial.
So you don't climb the ladder only to find it's against the wrong wall.
Precisely. It means regular review, too. Life changes, priorities shift. Are your goals still aligned with your values? And often, he notes, the most satisfying goals involve contribution, giving back, looking beyond yourself.
Living with gratitude for what you achieve opens doors too.
It does. Ultimately, this goal-oriented life protects against regret. It ensures you live with purpose, with intention, day by day.
Wow. Okay, what a journey we've covered. From the chaos to the compass. Clarity, writing, specifics, small steps, discipline, obstacles, mindset, action. It really does demystify success. It's not magic, it's a process, a system.
Yeah. And Onunga lays out that simplified, foolproof approach so clearly. Decide what you want clarity, write it down, make it specific and measurable, break it into small steps, act daily discipline. Prepare for obstacles, visualize and affirm, focus on the 80-20, live deliberately, seeking balance and fulfillment.
So, for everyone listening, Onunga's final point seems to be that the biggest enemy isn't ignorance. We know a lot of this stuff, maybe.
It's inaction.
It's inaction.
Yeah.
So the real question is, what will you do now?
That's the challenge, isn't it? Will you begin? The path is laid out, the method works, your life story is still being written. Every goal you set, every small action you take, that's you writing the next chapter, a chapter of purpose.
That's our deep dive into goal setting for today's world by Reuben Juma Onunga. We really hope it's giving you some insights, maybe a renewed sense of purpose.
Remember, your goals are like the blueprint for your destiny. It's not just about reaching the summit. It's about becoming the kind of person who climbs mountains, who inspires others, who makes a difference.
So here's something to maybe mull over as we finish. What's one goal you've been putting off? Maybe it felt too big, too vague. And what's the very first, smallest, most specific step you could take towards it? Maybe even today, just to start writing that next chapter.
Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive. Until next time, keep digging, keep learning, and keep building the future you define.